episode 1, Axentra Grounds Group. So we are in Harbledown in Canterbury today, doing a nice big garden clearance, so it's back to our roots. So we like a little garden clearance, well, a big garden clearance in this case. It's about half an acre. We'll go down there in a minute. Just starting at the front, nice and tidy for the gentleman. Got some new machinery today that we picked up yesterday. Nice big steel bullhorn strimmer. And a couple more bits. So yeah, let's check out at the back. Cleared a little bit here just to make a nice walkway because the stinger nettles and stuff were a couple of foot high. So we've got this down. Obviously got the new beast here to help us here. All the crap there. We've also got to go this side. There is a wall somewhere, but we'll find that at some point. And then this is pretty much where we can stop at the minute. So we're gonna clear all of this at first, get that nice and level, and then work to the back. Like I said, there's about about a quarter of an acre, I think I just said, judging from what the lady said next door, who actually just came out and asked us to do a little bit on the front there. So that would be good if we can get this smashed out today in a whole day, which I think we can. It's pretty achievable for us. We smash it. So yeah, let's get into it.
I suppose I'll clear all this out. Yeet.
So this is as far as we've got. So far I managed to establish the borderline, or the boundary line, between our customer and the neighbour. We need to follow that obviously all the way down there to get the brambles and whatnot off the, there's a brick wall down there that's completely hidden. We've then got to push out behind cameraman on the banks, the tiered banks. But yeah, we're making good progress. It is, yeah, 11:48. So we've been here 9, 10, 11, yeah, just under 3 hours. Obviously being here, then half hour set up, so not done too bad. Bearing in mind it was sort of like 5 foot high, intertwined with all the trees you can see here as well. So we've done a good job.
Definitely on the right track.
On the right track for completion mid-afternoon, I'll say. And then like I said, we've got to do a little bit for the neighbour next door who asked us when we turned up, which is always good. We're going to nip off in a minute to trusty Stuart Doors in Canterbury, shout out Stuart Doors, to get a new blade for the WeBang mulching mower, so we can go over this. Obviously we're using the spare Mountfield at the minute, but that's a roller mower and it's doing a decent job, but we can double that with the WeBang mower. So yeah, we're going to go off, head to Stuart Doors, get a drink and a bite to eat, come back, smash the rest out, and then yeah, should be a good day's work. So see you in a bit. So fast forwarding on from yesterday, absolutely smashed out on that big clearance job, as you've seen on the cinematics. Massive day that was. We didn't end up leaving till I think it was about 6 o'clock, but yeah, obviously wanted to get it done in one day, so smashed that out. That was really good. And the neighbour asked if we could do hers, which is even bigger. I think she's on about a quarter of an acre. So yeah, that'll be a nice one when and if that does come. But yeah, day of meetings today. So we are heading to a living accommodation for Hawkinge House, which is one of our care homes that we look after, grounds wise. Apparently it's all overgrown, I guess, where they've got staff living in there. They've just let it go to ruin and stuff like that. So again, another clearance, which is, we haven't had these jobs for a little while, and now they're coming in thick and fast. So they're always fun little jobs to do. Always a nice change after. So yeah, that would be nice. We're gonna meet Rob there, which is one of the maintenance managers of the care home. See what needs doing. He asked if we can do it today, but I don't think obviously we'll be able to do it because we are packed with meetings today. So after that, we are off to Canterbury to meet a good friend of mine who has just taken over the management at a big block of apartments. We've got an Airbnb there together as well, so obviously a side business with that. But yeah, he's just taken over the Airbnb, the whole management of the whole block. So we're gonna be taking over the contract there for the grounds. It's not massive, but it's a nice little one to keep us going. Obviously, gets us out on the street, gets us known. That's what it's all about. So yeah, we're gonna meet him there. It's about 8 blocks, eight stories tall. So we're gonna do a drone survey of the roof as well. See if the gutters and the roof and stuff like that is all right just before he takes over, and go from there. From then we are going to Kingsmead in Canterbury, again one of our contracts, for a leisure centre, for some further work. I think they want some bird prevention, be it spikes or netting. Hopefully netting, that'd be nice, and hopefully for window cleaning as well. That's always a nice little monthly earner as well. And then we are off to actually Hawkinge House in Folkestone, to meet up with the new owners who took over a few of them there, to talk about the land and the grounds management for 5 of the homes that they bought, and try and negotiate a price and take it from there. So see you in the next one. Wrapped up that first little meeting with Rob from Hawkinge House. Nice little garden clearance. It is very overgrown, as you would have seen in the last clip. But yeah, it only take us 2-3 hours to resit. I think one of their workers is going in there to live, so that's good. But yeah, sort of few little bits out, and then that'd be nice and sanitary for them to live in. So yeah, on to the next meeting. Yo, so we are at the apartment in Canterbury. Just only a little place to do a monthly maintenance on, but just making sure that curb appeal is good for your residents. Obviously they're paying a service charge a month, so want to make sure all the stuff like this random wild buddleia is taken out, all the weeds stripped out, all the hedges boxed off nice and neat. Like stuff like this, obviously these guys are paying like a monthly fee at the minute, which is, you know, it's quite a lot of money, and greeted by this in the communal area. So we want to make sure that everything is nice and tidy, windows clean where they need to be, hedges chopped, weeds out or sprayed at least. Make sure the drainage is running fine, coming into winter especially. You know, you've got kids around here as well, so trips and slips and sharp spiky stuff, want to make sure that's all stripped out. So we'll put our quote in and hopefully get that going ASAP. Obviously little bits like drainage and guttering, tidy all this up. I don't think there's much around the front. A couple of little box hedges, and then yeah, that's about it. Some weeds on the side. Just making sure that everything is nice and neat and tidy. I think the roof and the guttering and the drainage for the actual main building is all right. Obviously we won't know until it's fully raining before you can tell where there's any issues, but we're going to get the drone up in a minute, have a little look on the roof, a nice survey, because obviously it's a really tall building, sort of 5 or 6 floors. So yeah, we'll get the drone up and see what it's like on the roof. So just wrapped up a little bit of a survey and a site walk round at the apartments in Canterbury. Yeah, so on to Kingsmead now, which is one of our 19 visits a year. Grounds maintenance there at a leisure centre. We've got 3 more as well within that leisure centre group over in like Cranbrook way, so like an hour from here. But yeah, we're heading to the Kingsmead one now in Canterbury to do some further works. Well, get some quotes in and a bit of a survey for some further works, for some pigeon spikes prevention, solar panel cleaning, and a bit of window cleaning, as well as cleaning out the gutter gullies ahead of winter, just so everything's all fresh, ready to go, so they don't have any problems. So we're going to meet Mark there, have a little walk around, see if he wants us to do anything extra or anything less, whatever. We'll have a good chat with him, have a little walk around, get up on the roof, I think, and have a little inspection from up above, see what the state's like up there. But yeah, I'm sure you'll see it in the next clips to come. As soon as we're there, we'll have a little walk around and get it boxed off. Another one on the list. Let's go. Yes. So back at the Kingsmead contract. So just spoken to Mark, done a bit of a survey, been up on the roof and all that jazz. So we're going to get a quote together for spiking. You can see one up there already on the D. So we're going to get a quote together for spiking that sign there. There's one the other side as well. We're going to get a quote together for spiking above the roof, which is obviously deterring people from sitting out on this patio bit. They're not putting table and chairs out and stuff like that because obviously birds are sitting over the top and doing their thing. So we need to make sure that that's zipped up so it's nice and sanitary and safe for people. Cameraman, watch out. We had a little chat about there's some spikes on this gully on the cream bit of the fascia. That's also a pit behind it, so we want to make sure that that's all cleaned out nice and clear because birds are nesting in there. So we might do like a spike on the top and a spike on the side. There is some birds up there actually already, but yeah, just to stop the nesting over winter and stop all the growth and stuff like that. As you can see, it's just a trap for self-seeding bits in there. So yeah, we want to eliminate that as much as possible, but that's not a priority. However, we will still get a quote in for that, just so they can pick and choose. There is a budget, but I'm not too sure what the budget is on these places. Multi-million pound places, there always seems to be no maintenance and no budget for the maintenance, but we will battle through that. Onto the rear side now. Yeah, so we've got a little bit more weeds in the gutters up there. I think Mark said that he can get to them bits himself just off a ladder, so that's not too bad. To be fair, we just chuck that in for free anyway because it's only a little bit there. But yeah, so above the swimming pool here, you've got some solar panels. I'm not really too sure why this building doesn't have more solar panels, but there's some solar panels there for the pumps and the heaters and all that jazz that need to be cleaned off. Maybe like once a year or something, just so they're effective and efficient for the pumps or whatever they feed to be running nicely. So yeah, we're going to put a quote in for them. There's not much there at all. It's like 6 meters. I can't really see how many there are here, but there's not much at all. But whilst we're here, we'll do them. Also clean out the gully pit in front of it. Just make sure that's nice and tidy. Otherwise, everything's going to drop down onto the pool heaters and the pumps there. So that was that. Around this new bit, as you can see, the windows here, we're going to put a quote in to get them all cleaned up. It would be nice if we could have them on a monthly whilst we come here to do the grounds. But again, if the budget allows, we can then get them done. So we will have a look at getting them done. Again, there's no access up there, so we'd have to sort of ladder up or cherry pick her up, make sure they're safe and secure, and then either do them by hand or with the water-fed poles. But yeah, we will make sure they're nice and clean. I think it's only because that is a spin class centre or a yoga centre or something up there, and obviously with people paying the premium of a leisure centre, it's only right to have a nice clear view and not look at dirty windows whilst you're working out. 3 windows on the side here, so not much to it, but again, it's curb appeal, isn't it? So we'll do all these little windows just complimentary as we come through. Just make sure that everything's nice and tidy, make sure it's all neat, because at the end of the day, it's our name on it. We want to make sure that everything's nice and tidy, going above and beyond. It's always about going above and beyond, people. If you're asked to do the little things, make sure you go that extra step. Right, so onto the roof when we're there, you can just see the ladders up there by that aerial. So we're going to have to put a quote in to take that down, as that's no longer needed. There was aircon on top of the roof, but access isn't required up there anymore. So we're going to put a quote in to remove that, I guess it's scaffolding, whatever, railing set up with a ladder. Get that disposed of properly. A few more windows around here, some windows by the stairs leading up to the main gym, and then there's a few here that are overlooking the gym and the sports centre, sports hall even. And then same on the front, you've got another sign there that we can spike as well. Well, that just about boxes it off for Kingsmead for the extras. So like I said, on top of the monthly maintenance that we do here on the ground, it's always nice to get an additional bit of work. Again, putting our name to it and making sure that it's shining, and curb appeal, curb appeal, curb appeal. Making sure it's nice and aesthetic. You've got a lot of public walking through here. You've got a busy main road there. You've got council ground here. So making sure that everyone sees us on site, doing our thing, logoed up, high-vised up when we're doing our work. Yeah, that is what we like. Being seen, doing hard work, safe and properly. There is also a big gully gutter all the way along this whole stretch, which we will cherry pick up and get on and clear that out as well, because it's got some natural debris, self-seeded stuff, I guess, from all the birds and stuff like that. And I think Mark said they've never been cleaned out, such with the windows and stuff. I think he said they've been there for however many years and they've never been cleaned. So it'd be nice to have a little bit of shine. Hopefully they'll be able to see a before and after, a visual, and then get us in, like I said, on the monthly to do everything properly. So fingers crossed, put some nice quotes in, make sure that it's appealing for the big bosses so they can choose to go with us, and then hopefully we'll get it on a monthly as well. I'll give like a one-off price and a monthly price. That's usually how I do it. Just in case they say no to the monthly, it's decent for a one-off. So yeah, so we are going to Folkestone now, to Hawkinge House, meet with the bosses there to discuss the grounds maintenance for Hawkinge House, care home, and 4 of the other care homes in the group. So we'll see you on that one. On to the second biggest meeting of the day. So we are off to Hawkinge House now in Folkestone to discuss the maintenance plan for 5 of the care homes that this group have just acquired. We did look after Hawkinge House, which is one of the 5, up until mid this year, and then they had a change of people, change of ownership very recently. But we just wrapped up a bird netting job there, which was over 40,000 square foot. So it was an absolute whopper of a job, which you'll get to see in a minute. A little bit of snagging on that. I think there's some areas that just need tightening back up, maybe a few hog rings or whatever, just to tighten the netting up. But other than that, I think it's all sweet. But yeah, main one is to discuss the maintenance moving forward for the 5 care homes, because they gave a price, but it, in all honesty, was absolutely ridiculous. I wouldn't even do one of the care homes for that price, to put it that way. So yeah, need to discuss that, see what their actual budget is, because if that's their budget for 5 care homes, then they're absolutely dreaming. Not for us anyway. So yeah, have an in-depth chat about that. Oh, Mr. PC Plod with the old speed gun. And then yeah, hopefully something positive will come out of it. I'm not holding my hopes up too much, because if they put an offer in, well, not an offer, but if they've given me one of their figures, I can't imagine it's going to differ too much. But we, like I said, we used to look after that place, or 2 of them within the 5 that they acquired, and they dropped us both, dropped us out of both of them, those places, and we never had one complaint in all the time, which was over a year, well over a year, that we used to look after the grounds there. Bearing in mind that Hawkinge House is probably on about 2 acres. So yeah, it's not just a garden, there's a fair bit of land there, that we used to maintain. That's grass, hedges, flower beds, the whole lot. So yeah, we'll see what happens in this meeting. Hopefully something positive comes, but I'm not holding my breath. So we'll see what happens. But yeah, we'll check back in after the meeting, give a little update, and then box off the day there. So meeting at Hawkinge House done. As a really good constructive meeting with Patrick, one of the guys from the new company that's taken over 5 of the care homes from the old group. Like I said, unfortunately we got dropped on the maintenance for 2 of the care homes that we had. But listen, business is business. People have to come in, make new budgets, and start again from fresh. So yeah, we're going to establish a new relationship and sort of start from there. But we've got some good stuff going forward. We left on a really good positive note. We are going to, obviously we did the big bird netting job there recently, so we finished that about 2 or 3 weeks ago. A little bit of snagging to do there. Don't get me wrong, it's 40,000 square foot. If there wasn't any fucking snagging, then Jesus. Would be absolute wizards. But yeah, a little bit of snagging, it's only minor. We've got to fit some bird tunnels in there, and then what else have we got to do? We've got a re-quote to reline about 240 metres roughly of guttering there, because it's a bit rusted and stuff like that, so we're going to quote for that. What else are we going to quote for? There was a couple more bits, so I need to revisit what we spoke about on my notes. But yeah, no, it was a really good positive meeting there. So I'm going to go home. I've got 10 odd quotes to do, get some invoices in, get some money flowing, and then on to Furnace Farm tomorrow, which is going to be a good one. Annoyingly, it takes us longer to get there than it takes to actually do the job, but it is what it is. And that's a nice big client that we've got. So we need to make sure that they're happy and pleased, and that the maintenance is going forward with that, so they can sell that house, as it's a big estate agent. So yeah, we'll get that done tomorrow. And then we're looking forward to our course. We've got a Lantra course on Friday booked in, which is going to it's only a hedge cutting and strimming course, but we've got to get a certificate so we can start working on the rails line side. So yeah, that'd be interesting. Should be a nice one, just to see what we're doing wrong, maybe. I don't know, I'm sure there's always something that we're doing wrong for trimming grass and cutting hedges. So yeah, that'd be a nice one to get on camera on Friday. So yeah, Wednesday's meetings boxed off, really successful. But Thursday morning we are on the road in the noisy van. We've got 2 jobs on today, one little and one medium, I'd say. So just popping over to one of our very first customers that we had back when we were small. We were rummage around gardens on our hands and knees, but we've always kept him. He's a really nice guy, so we've yeah, stayed doing his garden regular. So just popping over there, only take half hour just to tidy it up, and then we are heading to Cranbrook. If you remember, I said yesterday to one of the estate agents' jobs, we want to keep them nice and pleased. I think the house is on the market, so yeah, the owner just wants it tidied up in case there's any viewings or whatever. So we go there every 2 weeks just to make sure it's all nice and tidy in case that does happen. But yeah, nice easy day today. Should be finished mid-afternoon. Nice little earners. And then on to the course tomorrow, the big course, to learn how to use a hedge trimmer and a brush cutter properly. So yeah, first little job, we'll see you on there.
Hold on, got a cat. Hello. So Rob's having to manually unwind the unit door because the meter don't work. Look at him grafting for once. Loves it.
It's like I'm starting a fucking Spitfire. What an absolute slog. So we had to manually open the unit, the garage unit, because it wouldn't accept any coins for the meter. So just spent half hour doing that. Anyway, we got the trailer out, got the zero turn loaded up. We're going to head to the farm. Yeah, like I said, it takes us about an hour to get there. It takes about half an hour to do, but we've got to keep the client happy. So it is what it is. So let's get something to eat, get fueled up, and we'll get to the farm. So we are at the farm. We made it. Bit of a trek, but we're here. So yeah, as you can see, not really much to it. Like decent sized garden, probably wraps around the back, so probably about 1/4 of an acre or so. But yeah, needs a little reset now. It's grown up. It was, believe it or not, it was probably about up to there when we first came in a few months ago. So yeah, we've obviously got it to a manageable state where the grass is like growing nice and healthy now each time we come. So this is a 2-week gap, as you can see, it's growing nice and healthy. So we just mulch it down with the zero turn over there, and then do all the borders, take all the stingers off, make sure everything's nice and tidy in case anyone has any viewings here, and that's pretty much it. Like I said, it takes us longer to get here and back than it does to actually do the job, so it is what it is. But yeah, let's crack on with it.
Calling out your name, calling out your name.
Like that, day done. 2 p.m, nice early finish. That is the farm all wrapped up for another 2 weeks. Looking good. Just in case anyone else comes to have a look at it, or if any agents come, just want to make sure that it's nice and tidy. But yeah, that's all done now. Heading back, put the trailer away, head home, chill out. Ready for tomorrow's full day of being on the Lantra course for hedge cutting and strimming. That's okay, my friend. Get the qualification for that, or the certification for that, and then we should be able to get ourselves line side and working on the rails, doing some D-veg. So that'd be good. Exciting to see what's to come. But yeah, that's a wrap for today. We'll see you in the morning, and I'll give you a little brief as to what the day is going to hold. So catch you in the next one. As Tom Skinner would say, good morning, you lovely people. We are heading to East Sussex today. Like I mentioned, to do the Lantra course for hedge cutting and brush cutting or strimming. Very, very gloomy day today. Very grey, bit of rain, haven't had rain all week, but we're not working today, we're just doing a course. Obviously it is practical, but it doesn't matter anyway. 9 till 4, little break in the middle, but should walk away with a qualification to let us work line side, so that's the main thing. Hopefully be able to get some clips, some videos, some drone footage and all that jazz today. I don't know how many people are going to be on the course as well as us, but we'll see when we get there. But yeah, should be a good day. Be interesting to know if we can learn anything that we don't already know. Not being big-headed, but I'm sure there's something. I'm sure most of it's just health and safety wise, but yeah, we'll have the long hour-and-a-half drive there, get there, and hopefully you can see us on some footage.
Brush is normally better.
Yeah.
Yeah, and then we just talk about the gap, the ceramic, and then sometimes this point on the other end comes loose and then you don't get a good contact.
We set this business up is a one-stop shop for all of those clients.
That's right.
And that's mainly what they're wanting,
That's
particularly if you're looking along those lines.
Exactly that, yeah. So we are a few hours in to our hedge cutter and brush cutter strimmer course. Really nice guy, really nice company. South, I have to get their name for a plug. Obviously we've got to film it, but make sure that we're plugging these guys as well, because they're really, really handy and they offer so much. So many courses for land-based stuff, pesticides, rodenticides, climbing, health and safety. Literally, it's endless as to what they offer. So we'll plug them, we'll link them in the description, all their numbers, all their socials. Sarah, a really nice lady, so we'll plug them for sure. But yeah, course is going really good. Learning a few different things. Obviously, as you can imagine, a lot of it's just health and safety, tick boxes and stuff like that, just to make sure you're competent with using the machinery, know how to do the servicing and all that jazz. Just on a little 5-minute break now. Everything like office space is done. We're going to get out into the wilderness, do a few little bits in action, using the actual machines and stuff like that, just to make sure we can get that qualification. And then onto a lot more qualifications with these guys after this. Obviously, we just need as many tickets as we can get for the company, just to grow and expand. Everything looks better when it's on paper for stuff like that, and it gives us a better chance of tendering for contracts and stuff in the future. So crack on with the course. A few more hours to go. I think it ends at about 4 o'clock, but we're getting through it nicely. It's already midday now, so it's not going too bad. The weather's a little bit gloomy, but it's holding out and it's all right. At least we're not working in it, so it's all good. So man, on with the day.
I don't wanna be without you. I don't wanna be. I don't wanna.
How are you finding the course, Rob?
Really informative. Yeah, definitely knows a lot about the industry. It's nice to see someone else's perspective of between when you're on a job setting up and you just go straight into it, as to the steps that you should really take. It kind of makes you feel a bit amateurish, really. So definitely food for thought of the paperwork side of things. But yeah, really good.
Someone made this out of a chainsaw. It's a bird.
We are all wrapped up for the week. So all done on the Lantra course for brush cutters, strimmers and hedge cutters. So that's all boxed off, all passed, ready to get the certification next week in the post and via email as well, so double bubble. And then now we can start getting some line side work done for de-vegging on the railways, so that'll be really exciting. We've got this lined up already, so yeah, it'd be really nice to crack on with this as well coming into the winter. I should imagine they're absolutely hot on it in the winter when the leaves are falling and branches are snapping and winds are high. So yeah, lots and lots and lots to come over the winter, so it's really, really exciting. The course was absolutely amazing. Sarah, who owns the company, South East Landbased Courses. There you go. Everything will be in the link and the description and all that jazz. So definitely check them out if you're looking to get any accreditations and courses under your belt. They do literally everything to do with outside, from spraying to tree surgery, literally absolutely everything and everything in between. Health and safety, you name it, they do it. So it's a really, really good contact to have. And I intend to get us on more courses throughout the rest of this year, and definitely a lot over the next year as well. So really exciting news, really exciting stuff to come. That's Friday, all boxed off with the week, onto the weekend. Quotes, invoices, doesn't just stop on a Friday afternoon. So we'll get everything ready for the week next week, and we'll check in with you then. Have a good weekend, and we'll see you on the Monday.